Everyone, and welcome to Her Majesty blog, where we bring together the world of pageants with the aim of revolutionizing those standards of beauty and creating social development through women empowerment. My name is Onge, and I will be one of your hosts this evening. After such a long time, I am so excited. We are doing our very first It Is Within You chat show for this year. Yes, after the 10th month, it had to be the best of the best, and we cannot wait to share in on that burning topic. Tonight we'll be discussing how to use social media effectively to promote your brand. So all of us are on Instagram and pageant queens, models, everything else in the process, but how do we actually use social media and leverage on it in order to promote our brands and to make sure that we are at the forefront of pageantry? So this evening, she's already here. We will be chatting to Fortune Mbopo. Fortune is a woman of many talents, but amongst everything, she is a social media guru. Have you seen her social media? Always on point. And we cannot wait for her to chat to us about all things at the same time. I don't know who I said yes to, but I said yes to someone. So guys, when you are ready, I think that everything will load. But hi, baby, the first person is here. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm great, thank you. Fortune also sent a request to join in.
Great.
That's why I'm not quite sure who is joining me at the moment, but hey, I just clicked somewhere.
It's me.
All right. I just said yes to her second request.
Okay.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ladies?
We're good, thank you.
We are great. All right. So I told everyone what the topic is for tonight, né? And I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
they can't wait to just get into it. No one wants to hear any of my nonsense at this point in time.
But
So
Don't waste time.
we don't have much time. Like when we said you are a social media guru, my dear, please, we want to know. Let's start all the way from the beginning. How did the social media thing come to you? Like where did it all begin actually?
Where did it all begin? To be quite honest with you, I mean, for me, it was just me posting on my personal platforms. I remember, but learning social media. I don't even remember, but I know that for me, it was just really posting. It was nothing really about, networking and whatnot, right? But I think when I entered my pageant, which was Miss Gauteng exclusive, they spoke so much about, reaching out for sponsors, projects and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, how am I going to do this, And then I think I started becoming more intentional about the things that I post on social media, whenever I had projects, because I was focused more on girl empowerment projects. So whenever I posted anything related to that, I made sure that I tagged the right people, also with my captions. I also made sure that they're very plain and clear, because sometimes we write a lot of things, and if they're not clear, then sponsor will like, okay, we hear you, but what exactly are you saying? So I started becoming more intentional about the things that I post and also the kind of people that I tag. So yeah, it honestly started as just me posting, and then I entered a pageant and I realized that okay, I need to start taking this thing seriously, because that's where a lot of people see you, because that's where now you're like, okay, for incredible, she's not like some sort of scam. Because imagine it's my first pageant, right? It's my first pageant, and I'm out here saying get funds, or I need donations for a specific project. That time they haven't seen anything. So at least with social media, at least I can say, okay, I'm part of this shelter, I'm helping out the shelter, there's already pictures, stuff like that. Already it gives me that credibility. Okay, she is not a scam, she is really doing something, so it also just gives you that credibility.
I love that. I love the credibility part. So your social media is like your own personal website.
Basically, I always say it's like it's a website, but also like some sort of diary, because yeah, so it's like a website, but also just like some sort of diary, because that's where also people get to know who I am outside of the work that I do. So I try and just connect both things, because I don't just want people to feel like, okay, it's just all about work, because I also don't want to separate the work that I'm doing and also myself. So I try by all means to make sure that, okay, you kind of get an idea of who is Fortune behind the brand.
Definitely. Okay, I love that. I love that. Do you still remember your first social media post that blew up? Like where you're just like, no, more gonna get famous straight.
Okay. Oh my goodness. With Instagram, I don't know, but I remember with TikTok.
Yes.
I remember with TikTok. And the weird thing, okay, it's not even weird. I mean, it was my platform, by the way. It was last year around, I think it was what, May, June, something like that, right? So my little sister was around. She was in Pretoria. And I mean, they were bored, TikTok challenges. And like, do you guys want to shoot a video? She was like, yeah. And then she shot a video, and I think it didn't even trend the very same day. It trended like the following day.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, what's going on? So after
These
that, I'm like, okay, we're
notifications.
going to create more videos. And ever since then, Bona, it's just been good.
Yeah.
In as much as our account got because they removed it on TikTok, and then we had to start all over. Imagine we had over like 1 million views and over like 100K followers, but I had to start all over. Yeah, which is like, but I think going back, because I went back, I think, when was it? I don't know when I went back to TikTok, and I just started also posting consistently, and then slowly but surely started growing, and we back and now again. So yeah.
Amazing stuff. And you kept on saying we. Of course it's you and your little sister. And yeah, you know how obsessed I am with your little sister and how active she is, and like how do you bring like your brand and her brand together in order to progress in a way in terms of pageantry for both of you?
Okay. So it's not difficult, number one, because I'm into girl child empowerment, right? Number two is pageantry. A lot of people think I forced her. I didn't. She's the one that approached me. And I was like, girl, okay, let's do it. So girl child empowerment, she's into pageantry, well, she likes dancing and whatnot. So it was not difficult. For me, I feel like it's just like a seamless thing. It's like, oh, okay, you want to do pageantry? Okay, let's go. I'll shoot you videos. I'll do 1, 2, 3. I come up with the strategies as to like how are we going to post, what are we going to post, the kind of projects that you're going to do. So it was not something that was outside of who I am or outside of what I know. So it was not really difficult. Which
And
is why
you mentioned
which is why you see now she's asking me questions. Which is why I can't really mention social media without mentioning her, because I feel like right now it's some sort of like partnership type of thing. Like it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine. It's like two public figures, but together, but separate as well. So it works out. It works out quite amazingly. I love that so much. And then you mentioned posting, for example, the example you made earlier about posting your outreaches. What other content do you think models should post in this day and age in order to be relevant on social media or to be recognized, like you mentioned?
Can you please repeat the question again? I couldn't really hear you properly. You're breaking.
I'm breaking. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier on, you made an example about outreach activities to post on social media. Yes, in order to seem more credible. What other activities do you think models should be focusing on in order to improve their credibility and to progress?
So this is my advice. I remember I was I wouldn't say I was working with her, but I was basically mentoring her. It was her first pageant. Her name is Piladi. And when she came to me and she said, okay, I want to enter Miss Teen Plus Size. This was like, I think 3 to 4 years ago. And I was like, sharp, it's fine. Let's go for it, right? And then we had to start thinking of the kind of projects that she will do, you know? And I remember telling her, I'm like, whatever project that you're going to do, make sure that it's something that you are really passionate about, something that you can continue doing even after the pageant, you know, because I see a lot of pageant models, you know, doing projects, and then as soon as the pageant is done, you know, which is a really bad thing, because now what happens when you have partners with a certain organization and they say we want to continue working with you, so there isn't that alignment. So I think, what should models post? They should post things that align to who they really are. Don't just post for the sake of posting, but post with stuff that align with who you are as a person, you know. And I think also it goes down to the kind of pageants that people enter. I'm gonna go back to my little sister again. She doesn't just enter any pageant. I'm very picky with the kind of pageant that she enters, because it should be pageants that align with who she is, you know, because you don't want to find yourself in a position where now you're going to do things that are outside of who you are, or whenever you're asked to do something, I was just like, what am I going to do? But now, if you enter the right pageant, a pageant that aligns with your values, then it becomes easier to even do projects. Good, even if you lose, you're not gonna feel bad. I spent this amount of money with this project. Yes, you're sad that you did it, but because whatever project you did was something that was close to your heart, it's just like, okay, it's fine. I'm still gonna continue doing whatever that I was doing. So don't do things that are outside of who you are. Simple as that.
Yeah, I love that, guys. Like, honestly, this is the best advice ever, actually. Or else no one would be doing this. We wouldn't be sitting here if we are not doing things that are outside of who we are. Baby, do you have anything to add?
What time is it now? It's 8. People are resting. It's 8 o'clock.
And here we
still here.
are.
You see.
Here we are, actually. That is a good example, because wow. Baby, do you have anything to add or to ask Fortune on that topic?
On that topic, I think she has said like a mouthful on how people must just be aligned. You know, alignment is very important when it comes to pageants, because when you're not aligned, you're just going to keep doing things that you don't want to do, and then it's not going to work out for you. So alignment is very important, as she said.
It's very important. Have you had any, how can I put this, any misalignments or anything of that sort in your pageantry career?
Yes, but you find out when you're inside. Sometimes you find out when you're inside and you're like, what's going on? You're already there. And I'm like, okay, now what? But yeah, unfortunately, I have had my fair share of being in a pageant where I feel like, actually, this is not for me, and I should probably pull out.
All right, so hectic. It really gets hectic, especially when it comes to pageants. There's so many pageants out there that look good on paper.
Yeah.
Guys.
Or even at the beginning, and then when you get to almost the end, you find out a lot of things, and you're like, why didn't you tell us at the beginning?
That's why it's important. I think with everyone that is watching you, or maybe will watch this after the live, like if you're a pageant queen, guys, please do make sure that you do your research, and don't just search on social media, but also go to previous contestants, especially the title holders. They have the real tea. They will let you know, no, my journey was not really okay. Because I remember this, I think a month ago, I was on TikTok, right? And then this other pageant queen, she was a title holder of a specific pageant. It's actually very big. Like, it's very big, the tea pageant. And then she said something. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you saying? And then you find people that still enter the pageant. I'm like, guys, can't they? Why? Do you think things are going to change? Because at least the first person said, whatever that she said. So please do your research. Don't just go on the social media platforms. Don't just go to the national directors, but go to the actual contestants, because they're gonna tell you the truth. Yeah.
And it's not funny. Everything always comes back to choosing the right pageant. Like, if you could see our chats, we have a group chat for Her Majesty. If you could see all our chats that happen in between everything.
Oh my gosh. Like, I've been running a pageant before Her Majesty.
But if you could see our chats, it always circles back to, guys, please, it's important for you kids to choose the right pageants. Like,
because you'll spend money that you're not gonna get in return. Yo.
Oh my gosh.
Money that you don't have, guys. Yo. It's a mess.
Okay, something happening outside. Is it Diwali?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're doing the fireworks thing outside. So it sounds like it's going to affect the live, because I hear it so much, but I don't know if you guys can hear it.
I can.
Not too much.
Okay, no, that's safe. All right. As we move along with the interview, so how often do you think, Fortune, models should post on Instagram or on social media in general in order to stay relevant, but it's not too overwhelming for them?
I say, like, make time for everything, and I love how social media is just evolving. Right now it's giving us options to, schedule our post, whether it's on like Instagram or TikTok, right? So I think, as I was thinking about this, I'm like, actually, it's not as bad as like before, because I think before we had that option, like you had to try and make sure that at least like you're online all the time, you try and post and whatnot. You don't really have the time to actually just sit by yourself and just relax, because social media is really stressful, especially when you're in a pageant. Oh my goodness. Because now you're gonna start comparing yourself with other contestants, and you're seeing contestants A, like, she's posting projects, she's posting radio interviews, and when umola, like, you are struggling. And I'm like, okay, that is actually very stressful. So I think right now my biggest advice, to pageant contestants is that, schedule your post, take breaks in between. I'm one person, something that I do right now. I post, right? I can post a reel or whatever, be it TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. I post something, right? And then I just leave. I'll come back maybe later or the following day, and then I'll get back to reply the comment. And there's nothing really weird about that. But social media is very overwhelming, guys. Like, it's really, really overwhelming. So my advice is that, guys, schedule your post. Schedule, especially if you know that maybe you've got like a whole lot of work that you need to do, because some people are working or others are still at school. So if you really want to take a break, maybe for a specific week, so during that, maybe the weekend, try and make sure that you create as much content as possible, right? And then after that, just schedule your post. Then you know that for that week, you're not going to be on social media. Instagram or Facebook will just be doing its own thing. And then as you go back, that's when you start replying to whatever comments that are there. But yeah, guys, like, don't feel the pressure of actually being on social media all the time. It's really good to take a break. I believe in really pouring from a cup that's full. You cannot pour from an empty cup, because as a pageant contestant, you automatically become a role model, because a lot of people just look up to you. So now imagine I'm posting, but at the same time I'm not really okay, which is not really like a good thing. So I think, guys, take those really necessary, especially when you're in a pageant, because you don't want to get to a point where now you start comparing yourself with other contestants, because then it's going to take you away from your why. Imagine if you have a specific project, maybe you want to do like a girl child empowerment type of thing, and then you see someone else is doing a boy child thing, or maybe a girl child empowerment project but is doing it differently, and then you start seeing pictures and you're like, no, actually I need to change this. So you see, now it's taking you away from your why. So I think the minute now you start stress, you know that's the time when you're now like, okay, this is my time to just be away, start thinking how I'm gonna do things, schedule your post, and just leave. Because I know, guys, you don't need to be on social media all the time. I think during pageant week, pageant week, that's when at least try and be very consistent. Like, you need to be on your A game. Like, have some sort of social media content for that. You see, for that week, you need to be on your A game. If it means creating like your countdown posters, do that. If it means every single day you are showing people that, okay, this is what I'm doing now. I'm gonna do my hair, I'm gonna do my nails, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, do that. Because I think especially during the last week, that's when now you shouldn't play. You should make sure that during that week, Bona, mentally, spiritually, physically, you are on 100. Yes,
Yeah, on 100.
you are on 100. Yeah.
Definitely. I love the planning. You know, content planning is really important. Maybe it's because we plan everything to the T here at Her Majesty. Everything's on Excel. On Monday you do this. On Tuesday you do this. On Wednesday you do this.
Everything is in order.
Everything is in order. And how can models grow their following organically without relying on paid promotions and all these other gimmicks?
So I actually made like a few notes here, but I think even if I'm not gonna like use like these notes, I think posting organic content, you know, posting content that, like I said, guys, just be real, be your authentic self, right? I think once you identify your audience, you know your audience, you know what they want, and then, but I'm not saying now post what people want, because now you're not being authentic. I'm not saying that. All I'm just saying is that just try and figure out what your audience likes consuming. If it's static post, which is that post on feed, then post that. But I think right now a lot of people are engaging with reels, right? If it needs posting reels like maybe 3 times a week, then do that, because I think that gets like a lot of engagement. And I think the nicest thing about reels is that even when people are not following you, they get to see it, you know, as long as also you're just also using like the right hashtags depending on what you're posting. So obviously if you're posting a video of you walking, or a video of your outfit of the day, you know, you're gonna use the maybe fashion inspo, you know, anything related to whatever that is on the video, you just use those hashtags, and then the algorithm will work. So that's what I'm just saying, just find out what they like. If they want lives, do your lives. If they want reels, they enjoy watching reels, do that. If they just want post, which I'm not too sure right now, a lot of people are engaging with reels, so I think your best bet or the best is really reels. Do that. I know that's what works for my little sister. Like, I know with the reels, because I always just check, I'm like, what's going on? And then you post the reel. And then you post the reel, and then it gets over 20K, and I'm like, okay, I see what you guys want. You know, you guys want reels, you don't want posts, you know. So that's why sometimes I don't even post like pictures of herself. I just go for like videos, and that's what I do, because I know that's what works for her platform. You know, what works for my platform and what works for hers, it's not the same. So I mean, even Instagram or Facebook, when you go check your insights, it tells you everything. Like, information is just there, you know. Like, it's just, you go on your insights and you see, okay, reels are actually doing well, or posts are doing well, or whatever. So just check that and then run with it. Simple as that.
I love that. I love that. I was about to mention the insights, and they're everywhere. YouTube has them. TikTok has them. You know which video did well. You know what you did right with that video or with that post in order for it to garner that much attention. So everything is always so readily available for us. Hi, Kahiso. Your sister is also here. Oh, hi, Sisipo. Like,
yeah, she's been commenting.
She's been commenting.
Yeah, even the Pilates you spoke about commented.
Like, come just say hi, and then you leave again.
Yeah, she can just say hi.
She's even wearing heels.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
gosh.
This is proper branding.
Such a queen.
Cute. Just say hi. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my god. like she's the way she's always on point. She's wearing heels.
Yo,
Like on a random Thursday.
on a random Thursday.
On a random, like you don't even want to know what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Huh? That's
Oh my
so
gosh.
cute. That's so cute. Oh my word. And then how important are collaborations there with other influencers or brands? And how should models approach these opportunities? Because I'm pretty sure there are people that look at you guys, or people that look at, you know, other, you know, prominent Instagram and social media figures to think, oh, okay, no, how did they get sponsored, or how did they get the what's popular, Ghana? The wig guys, the wig installation people. You know, sometimes you are a finalist and then you see
I can't.
Okay. Can you hear her?
I can't hear you.
Yes. I couldn't hear the last that she said as well.
Sorry about that. A call was coming in.
Oh.
Hey, yeah.
Oh.
People are very brave. I saw a WhatsApp call coming in. I don't know who's calling me at this time, but yeah. So yes, in terms of collaborations, how important are they? And how can you actually approach people? Like, do you need to have a lot of followers? Do they actually send you a DM? Do you approach them? Or proposal?
I think it's different, you know. I mean, you can say sending a DM sometimes is very tricky. You know, it's very tricky because then you come across as maybe being unprofessional, right? So I think one thing I always tell people, because sometimes I was like, how do you get to work with brands? And I'm like, guys, organic comment, like user generated content, like that works because it's already it sets you apart, right? So I'm gonna make an example. Let's just say as a pageant model, maybe you want Sun HDK to be your sponsor at some point, right? So
yes.
how
those
do
ones I remember them now. Fan hair.
How do you get your foot inside the door? I mean, you go there by becoming a client first. You go there and you support them, right? And what do you do as you're there with your content? You're like, no, can I just... Sometimes you don't even have to ask them. You just shoot your own content, right? You shoot your own content while you're there, whatever. After that, you basically just share, you know, your experience there, how it was and whatnot, right? And then also, I think all the time, just make sure that they know comment, you know, comment. I'm not saying be there, but at least, you know, interact with their content, because that's how they get to see you, right? And then maybe after like a month or two, that's when now you can approach them and say, hey, actually I am a pageant queen, I'd like to work with you. And you also need to, I think when you approach them, don't just say I want to work with you, but you also need to tell them, okay, this is the kind of value that I'm bringing, right? Let's say you have like 100K followers. What you can say, okay, I've got 100K followers, and also just share your insights, because you can have 100K followers, but when you check engagement, so nothing is there. But when you know that your engagement rate is very high, then they're most likely to work with you, because they can see that, okay, she has the right people, you know, within her like following. It has pageant models that obviously want to get like hair and whatever, you know. So at least it makes you now stand out from everyone else. So I think before approaching, make sure that somewhere, somehow you are already supporting their brand. Because imagine now you want to work with Nike, but you don't even own one item in Nike. Like, let's be like, let's be honest. I told this other person, because they wanted to work with a different brand. I'm like, do you have items of that brand? Are you even posting? Yo, I love these new sneakers. I love this new. You don't even post, but you wanna be a brand ambassador. Like brand ambassador, young. Why also be brand ambassador? Kabuwena.
Yes. I
Yes.
love that.
So something happened 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm.
So I booked for a shoot for my birthday, right?
Yes.
And then while I was there, I just did my own content. And when I didn't shoot the content with maybe the whole aim of working with the spa and whatever. It was just Nike shootela content there, And then I posted. I really had a great time. I posted and gave a review, right? And I told people that it was good for money. If I tell you that 2 or 3 days after that, they actually called me and said, "Yo, we actually love this. We wanna work with you.
Oh, wow.
You're not gonna believe it." Telling you, I had a meeting today with
Oh, wow.
one of the owners, and she's like, "Okay, this is what's actually happening. We're looking for 1, 2, 3." So you see, that's just organic content. That's what I'm just saying.
Love that.
If you like something and you already have it, create that content already and tag them. Simple as that. You never know, and then they will just already say, "Oh, actually, we love you. You are so loyal to our brand. We wanna work with you."
Yes. Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. I love that. What's the name of the spa again?
So
I remember
it
the
goes back.
post.
Sorry, it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Alignment is important. Alignment is important. Like, it goes back to that. Align yourself with the brands that you want to work with. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Ah, I love that so much. I remember the post about your spa and your the spa on your birthday. I loved it as well. Hey, yeah, it looks good. Like Bona. Even if it's not like that, I would literally like just remember. I would credibility everything. I would be sold in 2 seconds. So I understand why they wanted to work with you. What's the name of the spa again?
K on location.
K on
Is it?
location.
Yeah, that's Midrand.
Oh, it's in Midrand. Ah, love that, love that. No, thank you so much for sharing that very important tip. Actually, it sounds simple, but it wouldn't come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually very simple. I don't want to lie. It's
Nah.
actually very, very simple, because I mean, if you have like stuff at home, start with that. Start with that.
Start
And
with
then
what you
tag
have.
whenever you post. Yes, and then you post them. Then maybe after a year or after a few months, have some sort of proposal, guys. Right now, we even have like a chat. Not chat. I mean AI. Ask him, "Ore, please help me with a business proposal. I want to," and then you already have it there. Simple. You send it to them. You've got your Canva as well. It has templates for you. Like,
Onke's
everything is
best
there.
friend.
I think people are just lazy. Everything is there. Like, everything is just there.
Everything is just there. Love that. Thank you so much for that wonderful advice. And what common mistakes do models make when trying to promote themselves on social media?
I think sometimes they forget. I think the biggest thing, they forget that they are role models. Moto role model. The next thing, weekend, they forget. And I'm like, "Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you posting this stuff? If it's something that you do, at least don't post.
Nah.
You want to miss what? You can't just post anything, guys. No, no, no. Like, I'm always like,
Nah.
no, guys, don't. Yo, no, now we see, but fun stress. So whenever I see certain posts, and I'm like, you are a title holder. Mara ubi. I'm not saying don't go out, but the mere fact that you are a role model, right?
Yeah.
We have this specific idea of who you are. You are a role model. Young kids love you. But go out, but don't post about it, because now you're gonna post you holding your ciders or whatever that you are drinking. You're smoking. What message are you sending out as a role model? Or you want to be the next Miss South Africa? Like, what kind of message are you sending? So I think the biggest mistake is that sometimes we forget, as models, we forget that we can't just post everything. Like, honestly.
Right.
That's why I'm even saying, I'm not saying don't do certain things, but be very mindful about what you post when you are a title holder. It's or groovisty, and then it happened but for that year it's don't just yeah, like just something that's the biggest one, right? And then I think another thing is it's posting, like just posting for the sake of posting, right? Like
Yes.
you're saying this is what I'm advocating for, but when you go on your page, there's no specific message. Like not
Okay.
that okay, is doing this. This is what she's advocating for. Don't be all over the place. Like don't do that. I remember when I was speaking to the finalists of Grand, like South Africa last year, when we had some sort of social media like training and what. And then what I advise them is that it's better to have one project than to have a lot of projects. Don't say you're advocating for youth, you're advocating for children, you're advocating for drugs. It's a lot.
GBV.
It really is a lot. It don't really make that impact. So just choose that one thing. That one thing you can do it in different ways. And in that way, even when the national directors or whoever sponsors, they go on your social media, they can already see that, oh, okay, she's really passionate about young girls. She did a mother and daughter tea. She's donating packs. She did like a picnic with girls. You see, it's one message. That okay, this one is all about girl child empowerment. No, yana ki girl child empowerment. The drugs. It's a lot. You see, don't too much of everything is not good. Sometimes it is, but because then the message is not centered around one thing. You want people to what you are doing, and the best way is to really identify whatever that you want to advocate for as a pageant queen during your year of reign, and focus on that. You can do it in different ways. Like if you want to go you want to do like live sessions, speaking about unpacking whatever, let me just say, issues that affect young girls, that's you still empowering young girls. You do your live sessions, right? You still get to do your events, you still get to. So but yeah, too much of everything is not good. So I think that's also another mistake that models tend to do. You post too much of everything, and then we lose you. Already now the national director is like, okay, I don't know what this person is doing. Like already, like I don't. Even when your interview comes, they're gonna ask you, this person doesn't really know what they're doing. Yes, they are doing stuff, but so already it's just like, okay, no, we don't want to work with someone like that. They want to work with someone that knows exactly what they are doing. Simple as that.
Love that. Rejoice is saying, I was thinking about this yesterday. Thank you for the advice.
I think also like just like another thing again, we don't sometimes I think when we feel like we are celebrities. No, guys, you're not celebrities. Interact with people. Like
be a nice person, man.
Like be nice, even nice, even interact with people. Like if someone is gonna comment something, reply. And yes, maybe sometimes there's a lot of comments, which is understandable. Sharp reply to whatever comments that you like, but like acknowledge the support that you're getting from people.
Like,
thank you is it's very key. Yes, like thank you is very, very key, because these people vote for you. We tag these people. Please vote for me. Please vote for me. But we can't even say thank you. Why? It's very important to also interact with your followers and people that support you, whether you do them or you don't. Make sure that you acknowledge. Okay, no, comment or this person reposted something. Acknowledge it.
And it means the world to people, man. Like he's saying, it means the world to people as much as celebrities, because they are role models. Imagine your role model is replying to your comment. Like, it's really amazing. Oh my gosh. And then negative criticism. I wanna there was no way you're not leaving it out. Social media, people, Malatinga, they take screenshots, they take it to Twitter. Next thing, it's on people's WhatsApp statuses. Next thing, it's there. Because you don't choose these things. Sometimes, you're just an innocent person. You get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
can young models, old models of any age actually handle criticism